Ketenat social welfare kelaya cakamat banwanra no ya ke drugs policy buat mentah kelak jandep buatkan sapa cakap kenuan menteri ban menjur. Ya kini layat hu do menteri ketenat uba kermen shelah ke dorbar mentang sengi haba jubab ya ke jengkeli balabu dia MLA ke Amroy uba George B. Lingdo. Uba kermen shelah loong bagi jing Islam jaga drugs policy kelong namar bakla syak penpai arsian hak sarkar man kam penpa shishu ya ka. Kejing wanra ya ke drugs policy kelong man khanglat ya ke jing kerai drugs hak ke jelah.
Seeing the consultations being held, it seems that the drug policy will see the light of the day in sometime soon. Sir, I would like to elaborate a bit if you kindly allow, sir. So because the drug trafficking in the state has really grown menacingly in the past few years, so youths have fallen into the trap of drugs and the traffickers are there across the state. In my area where we've not heard even about drugs last year, sir, suddenly in the past 2 months we have seen drugs being peddled in the area. So one problem that we are seeing is that the Act, the National Drug and Psychotropic Substances Act, that is applicable to traffickers, sir, has got some problems in it because until and unless you have considerable amount of quantity, then only they are able to book under the particular act. So, sir, I'd like to request the Honorable Chief Minister with his intervention, sir. Maybe we can move for a solution to amend the act. Because in other states, especially other countries, the federal law goes for up to 1 gram of substance that is being confiscated. Here in our country, sir, it is up to 1 kg. So if you have 1 kg also, the punishment is only 2 months and 10,000 rupees of fine. In other countries, sir, with 1 gram being confiscated, you are punishable up to 2 years and up to $10,000 of fines, about 8 lakh rupees. So I would like to bring this to the notice of the government, sir, and request for an action on their side so that this act is amended so that it will empower the narcotics division of the police, sir.
Honourable Speaker, sir, may I inquire from the Minister of Social Welfare whether or not in this policy there is a strong component for rehabilitation and financial assistance for rehabilitation of young children drawn by drugs?
The policy is under process.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir. The policy is still under process.
So we understand, but it has come between the department and the government. Is there a component so that we may request in the floor of the House to include it?
And sir, I'll just supplement to the Honourable Minister. So there are obviously components of rehabilitation in it, but the details are quite long. It may not be possible for us to give all it, but if they would, but I cannot place this, of course, it's a draft policy only. Yes, sir. So definitely, and all the suggestions that have been given now are very important, and we'll definitely try to examine all the points that have been mentioned.
The Honourable Minister, that the draft has been prepared, will hope that it will come out very soon. According to NDPS Act 1985, there are certain criteria how to enter into the culprit house, how to search, how to seize, and how to arrest also. I want to get clarity from the government, maybe from the Honourable Chief Minister. As of now, what is the steps taken by the government in different district headquarters or different important towns to tackle this menace? Because it is a huge task for the police department. They have to look for law and order, they have to look for traffic, they have to look for so many burden for the police department. So in different district headquarters, is there any special cell to look after, and to which rank of the police officer? They have to be very alert at 24 hours because this menace has been growing very fast in each and every important town in our state. I want to get the clarity of this from the government.
So I think the points that have been mentioned by the Honourable Member from Nongpo are absolutely very valid. So just to give an idea to the House, that even in 2008, 2009, when there was a basic study done, that is about 10 years back, there were almost 17,833 drug users in the state. That's a huge number, sir. And so because of different economic conditions and situations that have happened, sir, and social situations that have happened, this menace has gone up. The few days back, sir, I was in Nongstoin, and officials from there were mentioning to me that West Khasias also is facing a lot of challenges when it comes to drugs. So therefore, it is a challenge for us, and that is the reason why it is very important for us to get the draft and get the policy actually in place. So in the meantime, the different officials, especially the police in different districts, are really working overtime, sir. And they're ensuring that as many people who are involved in bringing the drugs into the state, which is totally illegal, and also people who are distributing it, are taken to task. And the police, as I said, is working overtime, sir. But I can tell you, sir, this menace has really jumped to a large magnitude, I should say, especially in the last few years, sir. So it is a matter of serious concern, and that is why earlier also the government had tried to move this policy, and we are also very committed to this. And I assure the House, sir, that this policy will be in place. Once this policy is in place, sir, we will be able to get a proper systematic way. But in the meantime, the police department is definitely looking into these issues.